By not caring about what they want, they'll try and make it seem as if you could care less, knowing that's far from the truth. All right? They're going to make it seem as if you care less because you're not concerned about what they want. And why should you be concerned about what they want? You may have even tried to be concerned about this person, but they showed you that they were more concerned about themselves than you. How you can see someone is more concerned about themselves than you is the fact that they would try to manipulate you in such a way. All right, that's how you know someone does not care about you that way, because you not caring about them, knowing that you do care about them, they're using how much you care about them against you. So when someone is trying to use how you feel towards them against you, or just how you, or the fact that you're conscientious, you have a conscience, they're using that against you, right? That's how you know that that person does not care about you as much as you care about them. They don't put your best interest at hand like you do theirs. People are real convincing, and they'll try and convince you that they care and that they're putting their best foot forward to put your best interest at heart. I mean, to put your best, that they're putting their best foot forward, yeah, to have your best interest at heart. But what they really are doing is they're only they're only being a servant to try and get more. They're only trying to be a servant to try to get more from you or try to get more out of the situation. You have to be careful when people who manipulate offer a helping hand or try to help you. It's going to be something along the lines with it. If you haven't seen that video that I dropped on my DruTube channel where it says their help is attached to an agenda, or their help has an agenda attached to it, go watch that video. I may put the link in the description if I get enough comments asking, where's that video, Drew? So they want to paint the picture that you don't care. How manipulative is that? They try to paint the picture that you don't care because they know you do. They know that you are a specific type of person, and the type of person that you are, they know that they can play these games with you because you don't want to be seen a certain way. You have to get to the point to where you have more confidence in yourself. You don't care about what others think all the way around. And you know that you are a good person. Their opinion or someone else's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Someone else's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Go write that down. That is powerful. Someone else's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. As soon as you go to put your best foot forward for yourself, as soon as you realize that it's your interest that you should put first, as soon as you realize that you have to care about yourself just as much as you care about everything else and everyone else, they're going to try and paint the picture that you don't care. They're going to try to make you feel like you don't care because you're starting to wake up and realize that, hey, people are benefiting off of me more than me. I need to put that energy and that time and that effort into myself so that way I'm the main beneficiary off of what I'm producing, off of me, off of what I have to offer, off of the strength of me, off of the strength of God in me. All right. So at this point, they may have even pushed you or driven you to not care as much. But they're going to try to suck you back in and bring you back in by saying that you don't care. It could be something that it could be a child, right? Say you have a child with this person. This person will try to say that they are only in it for the best interest of the child, but it's going to be an agenda behind it that suits them or benefits them. Say they want the child to be on honor roll, all right, and the child is already overwhelmed enough from all the work that they have to do. This particular parent, if you will say that, oh, I only care best about the child. So I want my child to get good grades. I want my child to be on honor roll. I've enlisted my child in tutoring. I've helped my child after school. We always put time and effort into school, 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 school. And there's nothing wrong with doing well in school. But if you really analyze the stench, and if you really look at this thing with a keen eyesight, you'll see that the father only cares about, or the person in this situation only cares about themselves because they're worried about what? What are they worried about, y'all? The aggrandizement of themselves, appeasing their ego, looking like they're a great dad. It's not about that child getting good grades. It's not about that child being scholastically efficient. It's not about that child being on honor roll. It's about that parent. It's about that parent being able to be braggadocious, all right, and brag to each and every one of their friends, which people like to do. But it should also not just be for that. It should be for the betterment of the child, what's best for the child, not the best way the parent could be feel good about themselves and brag to other people because their child got good grades. Now they're a good parent. Good grades don't symbolize good parenting. All right, you could have a child that's overwhelmed and stressed out and be taken through the ringer and have anxiety and not having enough time for themselves to decompress, all for the sakes and the aggrandizement of their parents' ego. All right, so you'll have the one parent maybe saying, maybe we should give our child a break. Maybe we should fall back, and they're doing well. A's and B's are cool. Let's not stress our child out. If they want to go above and beyond, cool. All right. Every parent should want their child to go above and beyond, but it shouldn't be a forced thing. All right. I know there are some parents that even want to force it, but even if it is forced, it should overall not be for so you could hold the trophy up and snatch it out of your child's hand when they win something. You don't want to be that type of parent. You want to make your child go all out, not in a toxic way, but in a way to where they understand that they're limitless and they could reach any level of potential that they want. I approve of that. I approve that message. Like that dad that you'll see on YouTube doing those flips with his daughter. His daughter may be crying, she may be upset, but I'm sure she loves spending that time with her dad, and I'm sure she loves what she's learning and getting better, and she's seeing that it takes time to improve and get better. He's teaching her life lessons by showing her how to be good at something and not giving up, continuously going after something even though it's hard, even though it's tough, even though you're scared. That's the way you teach your child something. That's the way to go about that. That's a positive way to do that. And then you had that other dad with his daughter. And shout out to all the dads doing stuff with their kids. Shout out to all the parents doing stuff with their kids. But shout out to all the dads doing stuff with their daughters. I'm not one yet, by the grace of God. But shout out to everybody that is. And this dad, like, I know you've all seen his videos too. If you haven't, check them out. But this dad, he's like doing this wrestling with his daughter, and his daughter, she's doing like MMA fighting. She'll cry if she loses, or she may not win, and she'll be upset. But they keep going back. It's not a toxic way. It's not. They're not forcing their children to do this. This is something that they're either getting them involved in. But if they didn't want to do it, I'm sure they wouldn't be making them do it, because I mean that probably wouldn't be cool. I'm not with that necessarily, but if it's good structure, if it's how you want to raise your kids or teach your kids, I understand. You know, but hey, I'm not here to tell people how to raise their kids. But what is wrong is when parents only do it for themselves. If you're truly doing it for the betterment of your child, I respect that. And if you take your child through some tough aspects of life, hey, there's going to be some tough aspects of life for them to deal with when they get into adulthood. So you might as well introduce it to them early. I'm all for that, as long as it's for the betterment of the child. But if it's for the aggrandizement of an ego of a person, I'm not with that in any particular situation. So a lot of people try to do manipulation. In a case like that, the one parent might say, if you don't go along with the strategy that I'm trying to implement here, you don't care about our kids as much, or you don't care about this family as much. And a parent obviously cares about their children. So what I'm saying is this: they're going to take how you feel about them and use it against you. All right. They're going to try to make it like you don't care about something that you obviously care about, causing you to potentially be invited to care more if you're not aware that they're trying to lure you in and play you like you don't care. All right, so the whole thing is to try to play you and fool you into thinking that they think you don't care about something, and them playing off the fact of how much you care about what they think. So you have to not care about what they think, so that way you won't get caught up in their manipulative tactic of trying to gaslight you into making you feel like you don't care. And they'll say that you don't care and get you all hyped up, all upset because you actually do care, and they notice. They know you care. That's why they're gaslighting you and trying to make it seem like you don't, so that way they could get you to go along with what they want. See, the whole thing is this: you not going along with what they want, that's when they're going to say you don't care. And then when you go along with what they want, that's how they manipulate you into doing it, by saying that, oh, if you don't do what I say, or if you don't do what I want, then you don't care. Oh, if you don't do this, you don't care about me. If you don't do that, you don't care about me. And that's how they're going to lure people in, by not caring about what they want. They're going to try and make it seem like you could care less, not knowing that's far from the truth. You care. You obviously do care. But the thing is, you don't care. I'll tell you what you don't care about. You don't care to be manipulated. You don't care to be gaslit. You don't care to have people play with you and lie to you and play games with you. That's what you don't care about. So the fact that you're starting to pick up on things that aren't right, God is preparing you for an exit. God is preparing you to leave that job. God is preparing you to leave that relationship. God is preparing you to leave certain family members. God is preparing you to leave certain people in your life that are playing you like this and messing around with your mind, because He doesn't want you to have to go through that. All right. God is peace. God is kind. God is love. All those things. All right. The devil is the author of confusion. These people out here trying to confuse you and get you to go along with the get along and get you to do what they say, those are the minions. All right, those are the minions. Those are people who aren't trying to give you a fair shot. So you have to take it pretty much. So you can't let people convince you into thinking something that you know is not true. You have to be strong-willed. You have to be strong-minded. You can't let people play with you because you have some type of because you've known them for some time. All right, maybe you have some type of attachment to them. All right, maybe you are in a relationship with them. Maybe you're cool with them. Maybe this is somebody that you see every day. Whoever it might be. Maybe it's someone that you know that you're close to. I don't know. But as soon as they try to play you this way with this particular style, you know that it's something going on here, and they're trying to get their way underhandedly. They're trying to underhand you. They're trying to snake you, and they're trying to get you to lean more towards what they want. So carefully assess the situation. Don't let them over talk you. Don't let them talk you into anything. Figure out what it is you want from the situation. And if you can't get what you want from the situation, if you can't establish what you want from the situation, don't agree to anything. All right, because they're trying to guilt trip you. All right, that's the word I was looking for. They're trying to not only gaslight you, but they're gaslighting you into a guilt trip. They're trying to guilt trip you into thinking that you don't care. They want to make you think that you don't care, even though you do. And the fact that you do care and they know you care, when they try to make it seem like you don't, it's only going to bring that side out of you even more, to make you more of what they want. All right, so they're trying to basically get you to please them more, to get you on their side more. Once they implement this tactic, it's because they see you starting to form your own opinion. They see you starting to veer more towards what you think, and towards what you think is right, and more towards what you feel. Your instincts are starting to kick back in. You're starting to gain more confidence in yourself. Something is starting to turn on. Something's starting to wake up. Something is starting to inform you and let you know that, hey, I think there's a game being played here. Something's not right here. Something is off. Your intuition's trying to let you know that this person is trying to run game on. Yeah. All right. Don't want nobody running game on you, especially when you know you're not looking to run game on them or cause them any harm in any kind of way. But sometimes this will seem harmless. It may not be physical. It may not be totally outright. All right, it's going to be covert. It's going to be hidden. It's going to be underhanded, underlyingly done. So these are the things that a lot of people don't see. All right, most people don't even know that these things happen to them. They just know that they have someone trying to play them like this. They don't actually know why or what's behind it or what's going on, or what type of effect that this is having on them. The type of effect that this is having on you is it's making you care about someone that in all actuality doesn't care about you, because if they did, they wouldn't be implementing manipulation tactics on you. So the fact that you're dealing with someone like this, they're a wolf in sheep's clothing. All right, these are people who conduct crafty counsel. These are people who do witchcraft. You don't want people like this in your circle. You don't want to be dealing with people like this. You don't want to be laid up with people like this. There are people who think they're good but are whole witches. There are people who go to church every Sunday but they're a whole witch. Bake pies for the congregation, do good things, pass out this, pass out that. They're a whole witch because of how they run game on people and how they manipulate others. The games that they play with other people, the games that people play. All right, so you obviously care. You're a caring person. You're conscientious. You have a conscience. You care about others. You put others before yourself. So it's time now to, when you sense these types of things, it's time to put yourself first. You shouldn't be putting people before yourself. Shouldn't be putting anything before yourself. Shouldn't be putting anyone before yourself. I know it seems like the noble thing to do, but there are people out here who will take advantage of you. So you have to be careful. I mean, sometimes people's kids even take advantage of them. So you can't even put your parents. You can't even put your kids before you. If you're not right, nobody's right, parents. And when it comes to your life, if you're not right, your life's not going to be right. So you have to make sure that your life is right. You have to make sure that you're aware of when people are trying to get you in these types of situations. It may be a situation to where you had a vacation and somebody got sick and now they need you to come in, and it's like, oh well, if you don't come in, you must not care about your job. Like, people will manipulate you in any kind of way possible. Oh, if you don't help me out, you don't care about family. Oh, if you don't do this, you don't love me. You don't care about our children. You don't care about our relationship. You don't care about our business. You don't care about. Well, what's to show that they care about it? Besides them just trying to get what they want or trying to get over on you to do what they want you to do. And that's really all it is. Our people want to have power over someone else. They like giving directions to people. People, like being in leadership roles, even though they don't have the role to do leadership. Um, they don't know the role to do any leadership. All right, they're going to make it seem like you don't care and that you could care less, and that's not true. You care. You know that you're a kind, good person. You know that you care, but there are certain things you just don't care for. There are certain things you don't have time for. You don't have time to be played with. You don't have time to have people lying to you. All right, those are just things that are unacceptable. And of course, people are going to try to play the game when you start to figure them out and when you start to find out what's up. Once you start to see what's going on, they're going to try to throw all these things at you that you don't even see coming. A barrage of attacks. They're gonna hit you from the left, from the right, up, down, and all around. All right. They're gonna try to use what they know to try to get what they want from you. There are people who work for what they want, and then there are people who go about trying to get things done in a sneaky, sly, conniving type of way. And I feel that people should be aware of that, because you have to be on point. Got to be on point. There are people out here, and their whole aim and their whole game is to basically just break a person down, and it feels like a prison when you're not aware of what's going on, and somebody is playing games with your mind, and you don't know what to do, or what move to make, or how this happening, or why it's happening, or what you're going through, or how to stop it. It's like, yo, it feels like you're trapped. It feels like you're in a prison. Now I understand why certain people to didn't want me to like watch certain videos or to research certain topics, because I was going to figure them out. I was going to learn that they were up to no good. Once you start to see that people are up to no good, they're going to pull every card they can. They're going to try to pull every stunt they can to try to get you into a position of doubt. Once you start to see what it's worth and what it is, they're going to try to pull you right back into doubting yourself. So that way you won't have that confidence, and you won't believe actually what you're experiencing to be true, when it is. This person is acting in a way that's not that positive, in a way just to get what they want. And these people will not stop until they make that happen. So you trying to explain to them anything is going to be a waste of time. You trying to get them to see your side of things is going to be a waste of time. Don't waste your time trying to prove to them that you care. They're only going to try to make it seem like you don't, so that way you'll pour more energy and effort into whatever it is they want. That's all they want. They want more out of you. They want you more invested. Once they see you start to back up or back away, or start to do your own thing, or they see that they start to lose power in the situation, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. They want to have power in the situation. They want to be the one that makes the decisions. They want to be the one that is in front, that looks like they're taking care of things, that looks like, they're the king of the castle. And people can be that in their own life. You just don't have to participate in it. Any type of way anybody behaves, you don't have to participate in it. But once you start to see people play games like this, you know that this person isn't who they say they are, and you got to watch this one. All right, you cannot play people like this too close, and you have to make sure that it's nothing happening to you when you're around this person. All right, this is the type of person you don't go along with what they say. This is the type of person you don't do what they ask you to do. You got to be careful around people like this. They'll use you. And if you don't want to end up being taken over or used, or have your mind played with, don't do anything this person asks you to do. I wouldn't play this person too close. Don't talk to them too heavy. Don't tell them none of your business. Don't go out to eat with them. Don't do anything on the weekend with them. All right, this person does not exist outside of wherever you have to see them at. Other than that, they don't even exist. Don't have anything to do with people like this. They're going to be trying to take advantage of every situation that you're in with them. And they're going to have ways of trying to get what they like. Basically, people like this, they just use people to get what they want. That's all it is. It's just like, people like this are lazy. They know that they can play with someone, tap into someone, get what they want from someone. If the person is motivating you, if the person is making you better, if the person is making it a win-win situation for everybody, I'm cool with that. But if the person is just trying to come up off you and then leave you in the dust, like most people that do this type of situation, or if it's just for their own aggrandizement of their own ego, which is basically vanity, which is not going to get anyone anywhere. All it's going to do is get them to feel good about themselves, and have people look at them a specific kind of way, which is for no reason at all. All right, pride comes before downfall. People like this are going to bring you to your downfall. All right, people like this are going to bring you to your knees. You don't need people that's going to bring you to a downfall. You want somebody that's going to bring you to an uprising. So you want people that are going to teach you how to use your mind, and not people who are going to use you and play with your mind. So you want people to teach you how to use your mind, not people that are going to use you and play with your mind. All right. So by not caring about what they want, they're going to try and make it seem as if you could care less or you don't care at all, knowing that that's the furthest thing from the truth. I'll see you in the next one. Stay on point. Shout out to Dru-Nation. We out.